Guys, don't forget t-shirts and hoodies on sale now. Worldwide shipping, fan fiber, link below.
Don't bring me back.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy SLAPTrain. Welcome back, guys. Need for Speed 2015 is here once again on the channel. Now, guys, we have been covering this game for about 9 or 10 episodes, depending on when I post this, but I gotta say, overall, I've been really enjoying the game. I wanted to break it down into, certain sections, give my 2 cents on it, and kind of give you my first impressions or first thoughts of the game. We've had it now since the 29th of September due to the EA Access Pass, and I've just been thoroughly enjoying it. I wanted to give my 2 cents on it, on things that I like about the game, things that I dislike about the game, and just overall, see how the community feels about this discussion. Feel free, contribute into whatever you want in the comment section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it constructive, no hate comments or anything like that, but I would definitely love to hear your 2 cents down below. Now, every game I feel should be broken down into key components, 5 of them to be exact: visuals, gameplay, story, sound, and online. Now, if I'm missing any, then I'm so sorry, man. That's not on my list for today, alright? So we're gonna start us off with some visuals. Now, of course, everything about Need for Speed catches your eye. The outrageous body kits. We have the nightlife side of things. We have the rain. We have the darkness. Everything about this game just grabs your attention. Overall, the visuals for me, there's nothing that needs to be changed. I love the game looks. I love the cars. I love the details. I love the darkness. It brings me back to the old school Need for Speeds. And in some way, it just kind of makes me feel like I'm back in Cole Harbor, man. I miss Cole Harbor. I'd like to maybe see that come into a DLC. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, it just, it brings that kind of, presence that we all know and love from previous, say, underground titles. Obviously, Need for Speed's been around for a long time, 20 plus titles and counting, but it just has that say underground feel. And to me, the Underground series was the best series in my opinion. Now, staying on the visuals, customization was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, everything from the outrageous wide body kits. We had the headlights, the tail lights, fenders, bumpers, splitters, spoilers. I mean, everything about the game I loved and envied coming from a Forza Motorsport player, man. We have customization in here that we could dream of seeing it on Turn 10's games. That'd be absolutely crazy. Hopefully they follow that trend and, other titles going forward. And, Need for Speed, man, they're setting the bar for customization, I feel. They have authentic parts, authentic brands, everything about the game just allows you to extend your creativity and really kind of, say, make a car that reflects who you are and the person that's driving it. I mean, when you are in a lobby with 8 other people, you want to make yours stand out, and I think that they have done a great job in this, game to really allow that to be possible. I mean, let's get to the next topic, the paint shop. The paint shop is absolutely crazy. It's a brand new look to it, and it really does kind of remind me of, say, the Pro Street style from way back in the day. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm thinking about a different game. But, the point is, though, that it's a very easy system to use. Wait for it. Once you get used to it, man. I found myself for, maybe, not too long, 15 minutes or so, just getting the overall grasp of the paint shop. When do I hit, X button to cut, and when do I, hit the A button to go into the layer, move it, stuff like that. It did get a little bit tricky, but, as long as you get some time in there, you're okay, man. As soon as you get some experience, you'll be making some serious paint jobs, and they give you a lot of vinyls to really work with right off the bat, which is good if you like to spend a lot of time in the paint shop. I made one car. It took me about a good 2 hours or so after it was fully finished, so that kind of gives you an idea of, how big you can really do it if you have the time. Now, I did like the fact, however, that they did use real-world manufacturers and brands, RWB, Liberty, Walk. We had Workmeisters in there, Works, Rays. I mean, everything about the game in terms of customization was on point. I love seeing authenticity in a game. You know, seeing real-world products come to life in a game is always nice to see. And, you know, I just hope that we do get to see more of these things come in the future. So that was the positives that I did write down for the visuals. Now, in terms of the negatives, I did find, however, that the tire dimensions were only in, you know, the rim size, if you will. You couldn't actually go ahead and increase, say, the width of your tire or anything like that. So I would have liked to see more of a Midnight Club style come into this game, considering, you know, the over-the-top customization that it already did have. But small things, not too big of a difference. I did find, though, that there was limited amount of body kits, wide bodies, parts per vehicle. I mean, for instance, the R32 that I was driving in my Let's Play only had one hood and 2 wide bodies. Now, I had been told that other vehicles do have more parts than that. You know, that's just an example of one of them. But I would have just liked to see more variations per vehicle in the customization options. Other than that, I would have loved to see an insert from the other side, or, you know, add your layers from one side to the other in the paint shop. There was no way to do that. It was very frustrating after you made a masterpiece on one side and then had to completely replicate that all over again on the other. If there's a better way to do it, please let me know, but I have not found anything of that caliber. I would have liked to, but unfortunately, I didn't see nothing, man. There was no photo mode. Photo mode, I feel, is something that would have really brought out the game's true beauty. Something where you could have, you know, moved your camera around just like we do in Forza, but just take a photo of the night sky, you know, something. Having those photos would have changed the entire game, I feel, in terms of, you know, really trying to capture your moments, other than just moving your right stick and clicking it in, and you got yourself a snapshot. Hopefully they add a photo mode in very soon. I would love to be able to take some really nice photos, you know, with the groups and stuff like that, not from just my perspective. Going back to the customization, though, the sound systems in the game seemed pretty pointless to me. I didn't really see anything to do with the sound systems. Hell, I couldn't even see what my sound system was. So it took my money, and it took my weight to go with it. I mean, oh my god, man. I don't know why I was in there. If you guys could let me know, please let me know in the bottom. Now, going to the gameplay, though. Gameplay. This is going to be a tough category right now, ladies and gentlemen. The game feel. Alright, now this is where everyone got a little bit sticky with the game. Personally, it was a tough call because the cars worked well in the respected categories. If you built a grip car, the car had grip. Although there was a lot of understeer that I felt for all vehicles that I did drive in the game. You know, they wouldn't really, you know, kick out. It was just nothing but strict understeer if you had a pure grip build. Going to the other side of the coin, the drifting builds were great, they were fun, but when you're trying to drive in a straight line, for whatever reason, your car wanted to kick out and just drift in a straight line. You know, a lot of the mechanics would just kind of, you know, be a little bit clunky. You would find yourself slamming into a wall for no reason. You know, a lot of the things that I do feel in the drifting category needs worked on. It really does. Hopefully they do, you know, address this in an update later on, or maybe they're saving it for the PC. I don't really know. But I will tell you, though, like I said, it was fun. That was the main thing with the gameplay. Is the gameplay fun, yes or no? If I had to answer that question, I would say yes. Now, going back quickly to the visuals, I forgot to mention the smoke in this game is pretty damn nice. I'm not gonna lie. The smoke is very nice in Need for Speed and Ventura Bay. Now, the gameplay category was a small category for me because I wanted to leave everything towards the story, but in terms of the, say, the negatives of the gameplay, really, though, the frame rate drops were a big thing. It happened very, very regularly, and there were big drops sometimes, too. I mean, a car would go by you and then would be behind you, and, you know, you get a massive stutter in your frame rate. It was very annoying. It happened to me quite a few times in my Let's Play as well, too. But it was a tough game to play in a laggy circumstance. Another big thing that I did find, there was no horn in the game. We had so many unused buttons on the controller that I feel would have been very simple to say, let's throw a horn option maybe for the right D-pad button, or, you know, maybe a click in on the left stick. Something to allow us to interact with other people on the street. I think that would have been an awesome way to do that. And I mean, who doesn't want a damn horn on their car? I mean, everybody's going to hit the horn at least once or twice. Alright, now, another thing, I haven't got too much of this into myself, but I have been talking to other people around the community, and you know, my friends in general that have been playing this. They did say that the police chases are way too easy to get away from. The roadblocks are sometimes unmanned, and they don't really throw a lot of resistance out to really stop you. I mean, we want to see cops from the old school Most Wanted, where, you know, you did not know if you're going to make it home to have your last meal. And you really didn't know. But I really do feel that, you know, the cops need to be amped up very, very soon with a patch or something. And my last point is pretty simple. It's straightforward. There was no manual option to the cars. You know, you just felt like you were just driving left and right, gas and brake, and that was really about it. So I have been told that manual will be coming in some DLC later on. We have not been confirmed that by EA, so you never know what's going to happen, but I would like to see that come very, very soon before the hype dies down. Now, I did want to get into the story myself as well. Now, I have not progressed very far into it. I'm only about, I think about 30% into the story mode, but I have talked to other people that have fully beat the game, and they've pretty much told me that the positives of the story mode, you know, it's a solid story. It's, you know, it's engaging, it's fun. You know, the lines are always, you know, they're pretty funny sometimes as well too, but they also did say that there was a lot of corny lines as well. But I mean, it is a video game, and I do enjoy corny lines myself. I know a lot of people, you know, don't like that, but that's all going to come down to personal preference. Personally, I enjoy the career mode myself. I haven't got too far into it, but I will say that the icons are an absolutely amazing touch to the game. It's a great way to really get into the game and, you know, really follow, you know, your favorite people that are behind those icons. So that alone, you know, having those people and that caliber of people in the game, oh man, it is a recipe for, not disaster though, it's a recipe for good stuff. It's for good stuff, alright? Now as well too, for the story mode, doing the career with your squad with the all drive is awesome as well too. I mean, you can take down everything with your career mode in your squad, in your party, online. We're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later, so don't get all cheery too yet, man. I mean, the online's pretty damn stressful right now, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But the negatives though in the career mode, we did get a glimpse of Von Gittin in some of the cutscenes, but we didn't really see a lot of him. I would have loved to see Von Gittin a little bit into the story mode a little bit more. The story mode grind itself is about a 22-hour grind on the final campaign itself. Now, personally, it's a tough call to say if it's a short or long story. You know, back in the old school Need for Speed Underground 2s, you could really grind out those games in a good solid 2 days. So, you know, it does fit that same platform of the Underground series. So, in a way, you know, the campaign is a solid 22 hours. Can you make it last more than that? Of course you can, but that's going to rely on yourself and, you know, being able to not fast travel anywhere. I would have really loved for them to take out fast travel, as much as I gotta say that it hurts me to say that because I love fast travel, but that is going to kill your overall game time and experience. But you don't really want to be driving around the streets with an automatic vehicle for, you know, long periods of time. It's just not going to go too well. So I mean, I do understand where the teleport came in from, but it is a, you know, a good and bad, if you will. So that was, you know, a big thing. Now the biggest thing, oh man, the biggest thing in the story mode that I hated was the phone calls going off 24/7 and no way to turn them off, disable them, anything. I just didn't want to hear that damn phone ring and hear repeated messages over and over again. I mean, I heard Manuel get busted about 5 times during my Let's Play. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous why we're getting repeated messages over and over again. And it's not like we have an option to, you know, disable all phone calls and stuff like that. You know, they're always there, they're popping up, and they're bugging you. And I absolutely, probably, that is the worst thing that could have been done in the game, was that damn phone call. Biggest problem that I find in the story mode. My last 2 negatives about the story though, one of which is the 5-car garage slots. You know, especially when you invest that much time, money, paint into your vehicles, you only have 5 spots. You got to keep selling, buying, but I guess that's another option if you really want to keep the game alive. You can do that, right? I mean, that is a definite possibility for sure. And the last piece that I had was I would have really loved to see a little bit more interaction with, you know, the collectibles around the map, considering that, you know, back in the old school Need for Speeds, you would be able to get to those camera spots and then take a photo of your car, which, you know, again leads me to my other point. Photo mode, I would have loved to see that intertwined with the camera spot. Take a photo of your car, it goes on a car cover. You know, that would have been awesome to see that in the game, but unfortunately, it is not there. Moving on to the sounds, though, of this game. Not too much written down for this one, though. Great sounds. I loved hearing them, although it did get a little bit repetitive considering we had no way to, you know, actually shift our car. So, you know, you would hear the same sounds from start to finish on your gears. It was, I mean, yes, it was nice. It did get a little bit repetitive in that sense, but, you know, that can be worked on later on. But the tire squeals, though, were a big thing for me. Tire squeals got very annoying very quick when you're sitting online. People are just doing burnouts next to you. I did not enjoy the tire squeals that were given to these cars at all. We're on the final stretch, though, ladies and gentlemen. Last category of the day is online. This is a big category, man. I mean, in 2015 now, online is a massive thing in video games. You have to have a good online system to keep the game growing. This game will fit 8 people. I really enjoy the challenge modes, you know, being intertwined with the online, where you can actually challenge people to a drag, circuit, drift, outrun, whatever you wanted right then and there. There was no issues that I found with that. It happened. It was good. I loved it. Point and simple. The all-drive system, like I mentioned before, great way to, you know, to add XP to your multiplier, and just an overall great way to explore the game with people that you like playing with. It was awesome. I hope they keep using that and improving it along the way for future Need for Speeds. The negatives, though, of the online experience, oh man, okay, so here we go. Servers are terrible for, wait for it, the Xbox One. I've been hearing no problems at all on the PS4. So, if you're a PS4 user, disregard that last sentence. But when I've been playing, though, nothing but lag has been, you know, just popping up. You can see a lot of it in this gameplay that you guys are watching right now. And there's a lot of lag in this thing, and I can't help it. I mean, I did everything I could. I was hardwired in. I reset my modem, my router. Sometimes we couldn't even get into the game. It was that bad. So, you know, they really do need to fix their online service and, you know, really make it so that way people can play with their friends at any given time. The biggest thing that I hope that they do fix, that there is no way to actually make your room private. Now, it did say if you want to make your party private, but that doesn't stop anybody else from coming in. So I don't know what is, you know, falling through the cracks of that, but there is no way to run a private lobby in Need for Speed. As soon as you join into that lobby, you are swarmed with other drivers. So if you do need to play with your buddies, make sure you do that before you go into the game. Do that in the party section, invite your people, and then go online. On top of that, there is no way to kick out new people that you do not want in your session. So, you know, it's like if somebody joins in, then you have to then go completely out of the game, come back in, and then invite your people in there. It was very frustrating. It was time consuming and something that definitely needs to be addressed. And my last point of the day, I said this before, there is no way to interact with other drivers. Give us a flip of the headlights, give us a horn, give us something, a roll down the window with a finger hanging out of it. I don't care, but just give us something to interact with other people online. It's such a piss off when you're sitting there and, you know, other people are doing burnouts and stuff like that, trying to get your attention when you're sitting right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my first impressions and overall kind of, you know, advantages, pros, cons to the game, everything that I liked, that I disliked. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below, stuff that you agreed with or disagreed. Again, this is nothing that I want to be taken as an attack or anything like that. I don't want to see hate comments. You know, keep it clean, keep it constructive in the comment section down below. But that is it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Slap a like on it if you would like to see more of these first impression style videos. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, become a member of Team Slap today, and start spinning some damn rubber with us. As well, too, you guys can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you guys want, you can send stuff to my P.O. box, all of which are found in the description box down below. It's your boy the SLAP Train, Need for Speed 2015. I'm out. Peace. It's your boy the SLAP Train, and welcome back, guys.